Welcome to Skol Chat with Skoda. We are a chat group created by four guys who are a blended family, not only through the traditional familial means, but also for the love of the game, specifically for our favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We won't claim to be professionals, nor will we cover a lot of stats unless it is specific to the topics we'll be discussing. We are just four fans who get together to basically discuss all aspects of the team, from games, training, releases, signings, and the overall organization itself. Our name is derived from two of us who currently reside in Minnesota, and two of whom reside deep within Packer territory. This is not our livelihood, as we, like many of you, have busy lives, and what we hope to obtain are additions to our blended family by having you become a part of it. We have room to add a couple of you at a time during our airings and would like you to join us in our chat. As with any family, there will be happy times and sad times to be discussed and experienced. Although the game may only last a season, the desire for the game and the team is year-long. If you want to join us, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, and give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on your experience, and leave us a comment. If you'd like to join us during the show, contact us at the email link provided below.
This week, we were so excited for Dandy to eat his cinnamon rolls during the podcast that we completely forgot to record an intro. So this week, we'll take a look at the Vikings offseason so far. We'll discuss which upcoming free agents currently on the team might want to resign, and who they might cut or restructure to get under the cap for next season. We also review our pick'em results from week 1 and make our predictions on who will win this weekend. We also discuss a bunch of other random topics, but with that said, let's go.
I need a new, what do you call it, for the chair, They used to have these hard plastic mats, that you put on the carpet so you can roll your chair back and forth and whatever.
Oh, yeah, one of those office mats.
Yeah, well, this bugger is so worn out. In fact, it's got dentation in it where the wheels of my chair bend, and sometimes it's hard to get out of the hole.
It's like memory foam.
There he is, Mr. Flores.
Yeah, I guess they're struggling with getting him to sign on.
Interviews with the
Well,
Ravens.
the interview. Well, I don't know about the Ravens because it didn't show that they requested an interview with him.
They already did that.
Yeah,
They completed it.
That was the Steelers.
No, the Ravens completed it, and then he went to the Commanders for a DC position, and then it was supposed to be the Steelers for the coach. The Ravens did first. They were the first ones to ask about him.
That's right. Yeah, with the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Steelers after Tomlin stepped down.
Yeah, I would have to say he's probably got a great chance of getting the Steelers because that was the first place that hired him after the whole thing with the Dolphins. And they said those owners don't care what the NFL thinks anyway. They don't care. We don't care what him and the NFL are going through.
Well, that's true because the owner of the Ravens, no, it was the other way around. I'm sorry. I was, used to be the Baltimore Colts, and then they moved down to Indianapolis. Yeah, that's how that went. I was thinking it was the Ravens, but no.
Well, it's probably a good likelihood, especially with all the coaching positions open up. We're probably going to lose him. To a coach position, I don't think he'll leave for a DC position, but coach position he will.
Well, I guess according to O'Connell, they are really, really working. They really want Flores to stay, so they're really working hard on it. But also, on the other hand, O'Connell said that he's not going to stop from getting a head coaching job because that's what he would like to do, But bottom line is, if he doesn't get the coaching job, then he's definitely going to do whatever they can.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know it depends on where they're at and what they want to accomplish next season. If they're looking at next season as being the one they got to make their goal, then they're going to have to offer them whatever they can to keep them. Obviously, not here, but they're going to pay him. Look at what they pay some of these players that don't work out with you.
What sucks is those two teams, though. I mean, they're both long tenured coaches are gone. I mean,
Yep.
and I'm assuming that's what he wants, a bit of security, which he didn't get with the Dolphins. Of course, he's going to get that with the Vikings. He can stay as long as he wants. And who knows? Maybe at some point KOC will move on or get kicked down the road.
And the thing with the Steelers is it wasn't that they fired Tomlin. He stepped down voluntarily on his own.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it was the Steelers were trying to get rid of him for, not going any further in the playoffs, but he just, called it himself.
Yeah, he wanted to get away from coaching for a while. Oh, almost 20 years, And he's not a old guy either, Well, he got in there. He was one of the youngest head coaches when he got hired for a head coach. So,
It's a long time.
yeah. Well, Hardball been with the Ravens, for a long time, 20 years. But I see that he's got interviews for head coaching jobs with some of these other teams. But no, Ravens were the only one I've seen of the teams interviewing Flores for a head coaching job. I didn't know. You said the Commanders, or was that a DC job?
That was the DC job. I can't even believe he actually took a DC one. Like you say, why would he want to go and start over somewhere else? And I don't think there's going to be for the DC position itself. I honestly don't think there's going to be a team out there that's will be willing to pay, more than what the Welsh will give them to stay, because that money doesn't count against the team. So
true. Wow, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's something we can talk about while we're recording.
Yeah, we've been. You were even talking about getting what you're going to do to get your cinnamon rolls and stuff ready for the recording.
Boy, I'm behind time.
Who needs an intro? Here he is. He came back already.
Oh,
there he is. Nice.
That's what I'd share with them too. Here, does this look good?
You think he'd already have it ready? Well, I guess, I don't know. What are we supposed to do? He said 20 minutes.
Yeah, what are you going to do for 20 minutes? Well, I think we could just kind of go on the free agents. I printed off the list. I'm sure you guys probably did something too, similar to who was all free agents anyways. So I guess we can kind of start talking about that. I don't know, unless you want to wait for Dano, but I don't know what else we're going to talk about in between.
Well, yeah, let me think. I got something here.
I mean, if we want to wait on the free agents, did you see that they were saying there's quite the competition as far as, getting different quarterbacks in, or whether they're going to go with Max or if they're going to go with, one of the other ones, just because they weren't happy with the inconsistence playing. What you got there, Joe?
That was the wrong thing. I had a capture of like the current free agents that the Vikings have.
Yeah, on the free agent thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I was going to say we could just say a name on the list and talk about that person. And try to think of what else we could discuss right now. Well, I mean, we could talk about Addison too. He got in trouble again. Third time's a charm for the Vikings, I think, because that's going to lower his available, contract value. I would think for any other team wanting to look at him, saying, "Man, every year as the guy's been in the league, something's happened in the off season, in the off time on him."
So this is when he was booked. So I took a picture for the booking, right? And then this was him in the cell afterwards.
I love that movie. Oh boy.
I think, I'm just struggling today here. I put the wrong one up. There's a better one.
Daniel comes back. We should tell him to eat his rolls at that coffee table there.
Probably just to keep the cinnamon rolls nice and toasty.
Well, we got the gist. I won't put it up, but basically, he's saying in that scene, I think I messed up. And so it's going to cost him millions of dollars potentially. And did you hear why he got arrested?
No.
Trespassing in a casino or something.
Wouldn't leave the noodle bar. There's I guess a noodle bar. Like, I'm not sure if what is that? That
noodle company
buffet. What is that called?
One of those Mongolian buffets.
I was wondering if that's what it was, and he just didn't want to leave because they're so good.
Wow.
All right, so let's compare. Let's see that cinnamon roll compared to.
Put his picture big for a second here.
Let me get that off here.
See it?
That looks kind of cold, Dan. You better reheat that.
I don't see the steam coming off of it.
The frosting will melt all the way down if you
Yeah, see it melt. I did.
Yeah. So, you heard what I said though?
light and fluffy.
So he wouldn't leave the noodle bar.
Yeah, I heard
That's
that.
crazy.
I heard bar, and I thought he was at the bar at the casino, but no, it was a noodle bar.
That's stupid, though. Get arrested because he wanted more noodles.
I say it helps the Vikings at a cheaper contract value to be able to retain him. And he's a hell of a good receiver.
Well, he definitely is not going to get number one receiver pay, that's for sure.
Well, the quarterback play last year hurt him either. I mean, hurt him too if he was going to be a free
Yeah.
agent.
Oh, yeah. But he made some of the very good, awesome catches that were thrown.
But he had more drops than any other receiver last season, too.
We did.
Well, just the number of times he got caught from, he gets behind the defenders and then has to wait for the football to reach him. And then he got caught like how many times at the goal line? And then that end around, I couldn't believe how fast he ran. I think he topped 21 miles an hour.
Oh, when he did the touchdown?
Yeah, the end around. Yeah.
This is good, guy.
How good is it?
It will be good.
Describe the
Damn
taste.
good.
As soon as you send me one over here.
Is it extra cinnamon? How do you say that word?
Cinnamon?
Me roll.
So Adam Thielen retired too.
You know, I was
Figure
waiting for him
he
to come in and retire as a Viking.
I thought they were just talking about, or
He's not
was
going to sign for a day. Like they
I haven't
usually need to
seen
sign for
anything.
a day and they retire. I'm assuming he'd do that, or maybe after not getting playing time earlier in the season, not being able to beat out Naylor for reps, and maybe he
Oh.
won't. It's gonna. Do we want to talk about the free agents or the?
Yeah.
What about the ones on the team?
Well, as far as the re-sign, them re-signing him.
So who we got?
Well, and then I just wonder. I mean, we'll talk about the free agents, and this is the list here. I think there's 18 total
Vikings?
that are currently either unrestricted free agents, restricted free agents, or exclusive right free agents, which I had to look up what exclusive right or the ERFA, and that's exclusive right. So I'm assuming if somebody, that they're the same, right? Restricted means if they're offered a salary or a contract by another team, they can match it. I'm assuming the exclusive right means, though, that they get to offer first, and then if they don't take it, then I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the exclusive rights free agent means.
Yeah,
That's the ones at the bottom in the orange there.
Harry.
Well, who you want to start with?
Well, CJ Ham's on here, which I find weird because I guess he's technically still signed, but he's going to retire.
Yeah, he's retiring.
Yeah, I would see Harry being on there before him because Ham is definite and Harry is, Harry. He said never say anything's ever finished.
Well, he even give after emptying out the lockers and that, he kind of hinted he may think about. He said the ovation at the Banks Stadium there, the game when they called time out to honor him. He said it makes it a little harder to, not retiring, or to anyway, something about retiring. He said it.
Wait, I think he said it'd be kind of hard to come back after that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I mean, I imagine the second time around, they'd even get the crowd to be even more excited, especially if they're more successful.
He'll get it when he walks back on the field for the first time again.
Yeah.
If he walks out on the field next season, he's going to get it again because everybody be happy to see him.
And like we talked about already, I mean, I think he's more likely to come back if Flores is back, which is kind of unfortunate. But I mean, on this list, I can see them offering or trying to get, to get Eric Wilson when we talked about that too. And then their punter's on here, right? Ryan Wright, he's on here. So
he isn't going anywhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're going to keep him.
Jalen Redmond, I mean, their best defensive lineman this year.
Yep.
And then other than that, I mean, they're long snapper too, I guess. So those four for sure.
Well, they have Andrew there that he's also considered one of the long snappers.
Yeah.
DePaul, what'd I say? Sorry, I might have misspoke. I meant DePaula.
Long snapper. He's a long snapper. Yep. So, and then I would, yeah, I mean, Naylor, I think they were going to try to keep him.
Yeah, you think they would keep him? And I guess I didn't hear much about Ripon or
And
Wentz.
I think Scott will probably come back. I think they'll bring Scott back because I don't know if they'll bring Jones back.
Well, that's
Who's Scott? You're talking about the running back, Scott?
Yeah.
Xavier Scott,
He's not a free agent.
Yep.
exclusive right free agent.
Exclusive right free agent.
He's not going anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. They'll bring him back too.
They already talked about some of the players coming back, talking about the running room, whatever. Yeah, it's like they're talking like Scott's not going to go anywhere. Yeah.
Okuda, with his being on injury reserve and his concussions that he had, I don't think they'll bring there.
I think Tavier Thomas got some snaps this year, but I don't think he's coming back.
No, I don't think so either.
And
It sounds like they're going to keep him though for a cornerback for secondary depth.
Special teams, basically it was special teams this year.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep him though, the way it sounded.
Yeah, they probably will.
was he the one who kept getting the penalties? I can't even remember now. There's one dude that seemed like one time a game he got a special teams penalty.
I can't remember who that was.
Me neither.
We'd have to go back a few episodes. And I'm not doing that.
For a school, I'm not sure whether they'll keep Justin or not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean his first game action, it was terrible. He was a turnstile. But then he played better towards the end of the season, when he was in there. So I don't know. But then
I mean, unless it's just deep depth where they hardly give him anything. Rondale Moore, I don't think that he's coming. I mean, he left an injury from Arizona and came to us and got injured right away.
especially at $2 million. I mean,
bad.
Naylor was making not even $1 million.
Well, he's going to be asking for a lot of money, though, guys.
Who's that? Naylor?
Yeah.
Let's say market value is $4.7 million. I mean, him and Eric Wilson are the only free agents on here that were given any market value.
I find that kind of odd.
I mean, they might be able to keep Ivan Pace, on limited, on a low salary.
If they can't extend Addison for sure, they're definitely going to keep Naylor. I don't know. I think they're going to try to keep him anyway.
Are there any game suspensions, you think, for Addison for being in trouble again? I mean, wasn't he on
Well, probably.
He might be suspended for a couple games.
I mean,
I don't.
did they do the escalation where if they keep getting in trouble, they give them longer suspensions each time they commit a new offense or not?
Well,
Does that mean
they're not going to do anything until it's all done in the court. So who knows?
Right.
So that's the thing. He might be able to plead down out of it. I mean, currently it's a misdemeanor.
It might be thrown out of court.
Well, that's just it.
so? When they get into trouble, does that affect their pay?
It can. It depends on what their contract says.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I never really looked into that much.
But see, Addison, in the long run, you don't have to worry about any extension with him. The concern you would have is after this 26 season, this coming season will be his 4th season.
Right.
So you got through this season.
But I would take advantage of his issue where he's at right now instead of letting him get through next season. If he turns out to be another rock star next season, then you're not getting him back. You're not going to be able to afford him.
No, but he's got to play out his 5th year. You got the option to pay him on his 5th year to, spend him. So, in other words, the Vikings got him for 2 years. But
I mean, depending on how he plays next year, though.
Yeah, well, depending on how he's playing. If he's playing good, well, then they might have an opportunity to trade him.
Well, I think we're getting into kind of the next kind of discussion.
Yep. All right. So who else we got? Well, we already know, like we said, Ryan Wright's not going anywhere. Carson Wentz, they'll probably re-sign him unless they find another veteran they want to bring in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be tough, but they might re-sign them because way O'Connell and Quasey were talking about Wentz. It was yeah. So there's a good possibility they'll try to bring him back to be that veteran present. Way it sounds with O'Connell, he wants competition with the quarterbacks. Yeah, but the bottom line is he wants competition. But he did also comment that JJ is the quarterback. They want him to, go through the off season, improve on everything, and the throwing mechanism or the mechanics and all that came up at the presser. And he said that JJ knows what he needs to work on, and he's going to work on it this off season. And we'll see when he comes back how, all that. That's all they can do.
Well, when I hear quarterback competition, that doesn't mean the status quo. That means bringing somebody else in.
That's what I think.
That's a potential starter, which they brought in Carson Wentz just to be the veteran presence, like you said, not to compete.
No, and he was the backup already
Yeah.
because he wasn't there through training camp. But the point is, like you said, either they find another quarterback or re-sign Wentz, but they will demand that he be in training camp to compete. Or either be, what you call it, OTAs, Anyways, but look at what quarterbacks would be available. You don't want to pay big, high dollars for one because you can't afford it.
Well, even despite that, there's still all this talk about the trade talk for Joe Burrow and all that stuff.
Well, that's out of the window. The Bengals aren't going to let him go. Then there was a lot of talk about them trading for what's his name with the
Who's that?
what's his name? He was a rookie quarterback, and they not this year, but
Brock Purdy?
no, not Brock. No,
But he
they
doesn't-
traded him to the
Cowboys, yeah.
But there was one. God, what was his name? Well, see, I don't pay attention to it. Totally the right to shit down because somebody else mentioned, well, it's an option because he played for Brock or took place of Brock Purdy season when Brock wasn't playing because of injuries. What was his name? Look it up.
I tried looking up what's his name, and I got millions of names.
Well, knowing you, that's what.
That guy doesn't work either very well. So
See? He played, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, of course he was a rookie before.
What? You made it seem like he was a rookie this year.
No, I said he's not a rookie.
I swear to God, you said he was a rookie.
Well, he was a rookie.
I mean, we all were, right? And we're all dying. I mean, technically, we're all getting older every second. Yeah, so Mac Jones.
Yeah, that stuff. And it would cost too much to trade for him. And on top of that, extend his contract or whatever. Oh, got to use your head. The Vikings don't have the money. In fact, they're about 40, 50 million over the cap come next year.
I thought we were under last year.
We were. They still can take that 30 million and put it towards next year's cap, which would knock that down.
Or they can make some cuts, which we'll talk about. But so right now, I'd say Eric Wilson, maybe Skol, but for sure Eric Wilson, Ryan Wright, Andrew DePaula, Jalen Redmond. I can't see them trying to allowing him to walk.
And a big question mark for Naylor if they can afford him.
And would they want to have Ivan Pace on the roster for?
He didn't play at all, did he?
Yeah, we started the season.
I'm talking about toward the
That he
end.
was on
He
special
didn't even
teams.
play on special teams, did
He
he?
did. Yeah, he played mostly on special teams after we got replaced because that's what Eric Wilson was doing.
Okay.
The first season.
Yeah, just checking with you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like every player that on this list that they let go, it's just that many more undrafted free agents they're gonna have to pick up after the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have less experience. They're gonna be a lot younger, and maybe not as talented. Anyone else have any other names that they think other than the ones I have mentioned?
I think I'm good.
Well, so the rest of the names, are they primarily just peons or what? Like the squad guys.
Well, there's Brett Rippon, who was mainly a practice squad guy. I mean, Bo Richter, special team guy. I mean, he was an edge, depth, so he did get a few snaps during the regular season, but not many.
I don't know. They might bring him back because it seems to me during preseason games he was in there playing pretty good, wasn't he? If memory serves me right.
Yeah, he didn't. Was it this year or was it last year? I think it was last year.
Well,
Some
yeah,
splash plays. Not last year, but the previous preseason.
yeah. Well, I think they probably bring him back because they'll be wanting depth on that line because when you go through this and pick your guys, but the bottom line is what you need to do before you can re-sign these guys for new contracts. You have to go through the roster and pick which players are you going to part ways with that are still under contract. But you can, of course, you're not going to cut any players that you're going to got guaranteed money coming in, whatever. But there's some of them you can get out of their deals, or you can trade them or try to trade them. What do you think of them apples?
Well, so can you see the screen here?
A little bit.
What I did, so right now, they're $43 million over the cap.
Okay.
And so the biggest, and obviously we talked about it. So Ryan Kelly, it's not going to probably be around again.
No.
They're going
I think they're going to ask him to retire or talk him into it.
So that's going to save them $8 million towards the cap. So they're going to cut him.
That's a lot of money.
But the next biggest, the biggest cap hit this year is going to be Brian O'Neill, aside from Justin Jefferson.
Okay, Brian O'Neill, they'll probably redo his contract. What is it called?
Restructure, but
yeah. Jefferson, they would have to do something with his contract to shave a little money off.
I don't think he'll blow that.
The other one is Hawkinson. Either cut him or restructure his contract and make less money.
I would think they'd keep him. I think he did fairly well.
They like him, And I think come 26th season, he may be more efficient or, because, it hasn't been that long ago that he tore his ACL and whatever,
I can see them possibly cutting him. If he doesn't restructure, I can see them cutting him.
They probably will.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll save $19 million. And then for sure, they're going to get rid of Hargrave. I think they're going to get him.
Yeah, but they can't get rid of Allen. They can't get rid of Allen because it costs too much.
Well, yeah, it only saved them $4 million, but they'll save them. Well, that's the thing is, I think they're going to ask him to take a pay cut just based on playing time last year, and I can see him signing for possibly. Right now, his base salary is $9 million, but I can see them trying to cut that in half.
Well, yeah, because.
But if they cut O'Neill, cut Hargrave, cut Hawkinson, cut Kelly,
cut O'Neill.
Yeah, they're going to cut him. Well, I know they're going to ask, but right now that only gives him $3 million in cap space.
Neil?
No. After you're just cutting him, like if I cut them all together, that's $19 million they saved.
A lot of money,
and so that brings them to having cap space. But again, like you said, they can restructure and kick the can down the road, which is what they did a bunch of with back when Spielman was the GM. They did a bunch of backloading.
Yeah, but look at how many players they did that with. They did it with the whole team.
Yeah, but again, I mean, this is for sure. Okay, so they won't cut. I mean, chances are they won't outright cut O'Neill. But again, both your tackles missed plenty of games last year. They weren't healthy. Darrow's are they going to ask him to restructure? But they can't really, I guess, because I guess they could. It's not going to save them any cap room to cut him.
No.
But if they cut Hargrave, Hawkinson, Kelly, there's still $15 million in the hole.
Okay, is that cutting Jones?
I haven't cut Jones. No, he's only making $9 million compared to the other ones.
Okay, say if they cut him, how much would they save?
$7 million over, I guess, because he's got must be 2 years on the contract.
Yeah,
but there's still $8 million in the hole if they cut him.
Okay, there was somebody else I was thinking of. You said cut Hargrave. Okay, who else is on there that? Well,
They must have backloaded Harrison like we just talked about because he's got $10 million, almost $11 million in dead cap. It'd actually save money if he played it another season.
Yeah.
What position are you thinking that can help jog your memory? Because everybody else is barely above $1 million.
All those bad deals they made earlier.
Okay, let me ask you this: what Jonathan Gennard making?
He's making his base salary is going to be $18 million this year. If they cut him, they'd save $12 million.
Well, they're not going to cut him. What they would do is try to trade him.
Well, then they're still going to have a replacement player that they got to pay.
Well, the one that's going to be taking his place is Turner.
I don't know. I don't know if you get rid of Bernard.
Huh?
I don't know if you get rid of him or trade him.
Well, I don't like the idea, but
like John said, though, it was those 4 signings that just killed them. I thought they were, I don't know, like those were, and like in hindsight, and even looking at their ages, I mean, that was not very smart. And they didn't really get them for a discount either. At the end of the day, they definitely overpaid.
Okay, what's on Fry's? What is his salary?
I mean, they can't cut him. But regardless, they'd still be in the hole.
Yeah.
See what happens when they do. Yeah, it's even worse if they cut him.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say cut him. Otherwise, they got to find another old lineman. It's already either put Brando in at center and draft old lineman that they can cross-train for position-wise, because if they keep, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep O'Brien, O'Neill, Brian O'Neill, old Brian O'Neill, yeah. And they're not going to do anything with Darisaw.
Will they try to convert?
This coming season, he'll be in better whatever what was going on with his leg there, But I think he was kind of rushed to come back. He shouldn't have been back till about the 10th game, the earliest, But anyways.
Well, I'm not. It used to be, what was it, Jeff Diamond back in the day? Who's a cap guru now? We should know his name. Was it Jeff Diamond back in the day? I can't remember. But there's the.
Oh, are you talking about on the team or for the team? Robert Skinsky or whatever? Yeah. The cap man?
Well, anyways, none of us are cap people because I think for sure that they're going to cut Hargrave, Hawkinson, and Kelly. They're going to have to do some work with, like you said, Brian O'Neill, but Christian Darisaw, when's the last time he's played a full season?
Well, they gave him that contract during the off season or beginning of the season when he went down with his injury. So that's when they gave him the extension, which wasn't a bad deal at the time because a left tackle in the league is making all kinds of money now. If you look,
well, that's just it. Left tackles, defensive ends, cornerbacks, receivers, quarterbacks. Those are the big positions, high dollars, high money makers. But again, you have to play like one if you're going to get paid like one.
Well, right.
And what is availability is the best ability?
Here's the thing, what is it? Yeah, be available even though your leg is just dangling there,
I'm just saying that.
Well, no, that's what I've been hearing all over all the different podcasts and whatever, like the big deal. Well, then there's a difference. Darisaw, this is the first time he had any kind of injury. Granted, when he first came in the league, he had something to do with the foot or ankle, but I'm talking about the injury that knocked him out for a season. That's like Kelly with the concussion. The one before last knocked him out for 5 weeks or whatever it was that he didn't play. Then that's the big deal about McCarthy because of the injury. Well, some of these injuries, they were better recognizing any type of injury. They keep that player out. That may cause more harm to him and not benefit the team. I know that, that's just like years ago. I knew a guy that was injury prone. Seemed like no matter what, he got hurt,
Well, that was Robert Smith beginning his career.
He got fired for it because,
Well, I was just going to say that Robert Smith beginning his career was hurt every single year.
Yeah.
They ended up being a pretty good running back for the Vikings, but again, he wasn't getting paid until the end of his career like a starter. That's all I'm saying is the Vikings have to take a look at things like even possibly cutting O'Neal or possibly restructuring Darossaw based on their situation with the salary cap.
They got
Yeah.
a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they do. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
But my point is, we're just talking about what we think they're going to do because of what we see or think, like myself, like you mentioned about Aaron Jones. I made the comment of cutting him, or unless they can restructure his contract and pay him.
If they cut Aaron Jones, then currently right now, in my opinion, they'll draft a running back. I'm assuming they'll draft him fairly high. But if they cut him, then the only person that's on the roster would be Jordan Mason, because Ty Chandler and Xavier Scott are both free agents.
Well, I'm going on the basis that they'll keep Scott. So the only way that they would draft, and I don't think they're going to get him, is the one that's going to go in the first round, and it'll be within the 10 top picks. And their running back is, what's his name? God, it's so simple. God, I hate that one again.
I'm not sure.
There's a Jeremiah Love. John
Mr. Loves. I remember this conversation.
Mr. Love.
Mr. Loves.
I remember you talking about Love. This guy was asked after his ex-wife gave him a hug, and she goes, "Boy, you sure gotten fat." And he goes, "Huh, that ain't fat. That's a fuel tank for the love machine." Look at that.
Then he's laying there.
Crack a smile.
Who is that?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you didn't even crack a smile.
That's not the first time I've heard that. I lived with you for around 18 years of my life. Fuel tank for the love machine. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You needed to get a little more. And then the dancing, I think it needed to be better. I think that's what hurt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dance on your ass.
They do it all the time on TikTok nowadays. It's all hands and head movements, no legs.
Oh,
And that's how white guys dance.
Yep.
No legs.
A little less on the cinnamon roll.
I think the big point is they're going to have to get the salary cap squared away to even re-sign any of the free agents that they have or they want to keep or, retain. But then also to have any possibility to sign any free agents, that are going to be coming up. So,
Yep.
So they got to have money aside for the draft picks and any undrafted free agent.
And so I think every year you hear teams getting rid of like surprising players. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see somebody getting cut that we wouldn't expect. Again, like Darossaw, well, probably not Darossaw again, but Brian O'Neal, that type of name. Or Grenard even, who knows. But any other thoughts on free agents or salary cap?
Not at the
No,
moment. I think we got her.
So should we get into the playoffs? Just recap.
Packers let me down.
Yeah, I didn't do too swell myself here. I had the worst picks here.
What?
Yeah. So what the Jaguars almost won if it weren't for the last, minute score for the Bills, and John would have been almost there. I mean, the Packers did everything they could to lose that game.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Everything
know.
they could for the first half to win it, and then went ahead and lost it in the second half.
How many times did they run that RPO, that run play, the run pass option, and they just handed it off right at the gut? Never worked in the game, and then they just kept running it. They're trying to bleed the clock a bit. I understand that, but it's poor play calling. But so the Rams,
The Bears.
How about them Bears?
well, so let's go through it. So the Rams won. They beat the Panthers 34-31. We weren't surprised by that. The only thing we were surprised, or I was surprised by, is how close the Panthers kept it. And then for sure, like most of the game, and you text me, Dad, you said, I don't know why you said you're going to be in trouble when the Packers were up, 21-3?
Yeah, it was 21-3, and I thought it was almost over with. That's why, because I couldn't tell on my phone what quarter it was, what the score was. Then when you said, "Oh, there's time," the Bears can come back, or
He
could come
texted me at
back.
8:34, and it was 21-3. And then I said, "Oh, it's 21-9 now. There's still time." It proved to be true, I guess. I never
Yep.
thought they'd come back, but that's what the Bears have done. I think what were they 3-3 in the comebacks? I don't know.
I'm surprised that LaFleur, for the Packers, the coach. I'm surprised that they didn't hear anything about him getting fired.
A lot of Packers wanted him.
I think Ben Johnson might be my favorite coach now, though.
Yep.
Because he said, "F the Packers, F them. I hate those guys."
Yep. Because I guess the last time they played them, they kind of gave them that kind of attitude too, I guess.
But yeah, so the Bears came back and beat the Packers 31-27.
Yeah.
And then again, the Bills scored late in the game to beat the Jaguars 27-24. Niners, we all picked to beat the Eagles, which it was a fairly close game, but I don't know if it was as close as the score looked like. And then we split 2-2 there on the Chargers Patriots. I was surprised the Patriots. It wasn't a barn burner of a game, only 16-3 the Patriots won. But I was surprised the Chargers weren't able to score.
That's what I had problems when I looked at the score. Are you kidding me? Yeah,
And then
Chargers were playing better than that.
Of course, I had to pick Burn Bones with Thielen.
Couldn't believe that.
So for the picks, if we would have bet cinnamon rolled on it, they would go to Tommy.
I'm thinking that Dan has to grab another one and eat that for Tom.
No, it's been
Guys, I already had two.
I think we can live vicariously through the cinnamon roll slot.
The fuel tank is kind of full right now.
the love machine fuel tanks full.
Somebody's belly's full. Can't fit another cinnamon roll in there, just one more.
I'll eat it later, fellas.
All right, let's go on to, should we pick the second round?
Who we got?
We got first game on Saturday at 3:30, the Bills at the Broncos.
Definitely gonna be the Bills.
Where are they playing?
So, you know what? I don't like Sean Payton, but, I hate to tell you this, fellas, but Mile High Stadium, in fact, don't the Broncos have a better record than the Bills?
Yeah, that'd be why they're playing there then.
Well, no, the Broncos got the division, the first place.
I thought they got rid of that.
Yeah, Broncos are at 14-3.
Yeah, I think the Bills are 12-5, if I remember right.
Yep.
All right, put me down, Broncos.
Broncos, that's
I hate it. I hate Sean Payton, but
you don't hate him as much as you hate the Packers.
I don't know. It's pretty close to being even. Hate the Packers.
I can't do it. I gotta go Bills.
Go for it.
I'm working on emotion right now, which is I shouldn't be. If the Broncos can't score, so I know the Broncos have a good defense, but the Bills can score. I'm hoping that they score enough points to beat them. But Josh Allen did get his butt kicked against the Jaguars, so.
Boy, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I can remember when the Kansas City Chiefs always beat the Bills.
I'll just go off. I don't know. I didn't watch the Broncos enough, but I'm just going to go off a record. I'm going to go for the Broncos.
All right, then we got the 49 Seahawks.
Ooh, that's going to be unfortunately, it's in Seattle.
And Niners lost Kittle.
Look at a team that has injuries and can just still win.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I wish we knew what that was like.
I think you're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to go with Seahawks.
I'm put it on the line. I'm gonna say the 49ers upset the Seahawks. Easy. Don't choke on it now.
Boy, at the Seahawks. I'll go with Seahawks.
And I hate to do it, but I'm going.
Last year quarterback wins it all.
That's gonna be our luck. I'll go Seahawks. I mean, like Tom said, they just can't overcome injuries every week. Before they can't go on Seahawks.
Anyway,
Lone stranger.
What's that?
Starting to feel like the lone stranger.
I feel like the Tom.
You're the only. It's probably because you're the only one that had cinnamon rolls, and we're all left out.
Yeah.
Since you keep bringing it up, I guess I'll have to warm up another one and eat it in front of you.
That sugar's getting him going, and then he's gonna wear out and just gonna plop over.
He'll have a sugar crash.
I don't have one of those poke buttons to wake him up in his chair at the computer at the end of this.
Texans at the Patriots. Patriots, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with since I bet against them the wild card round. I guess this round I'll have to go with them Patriots.
I'll take the Patriots.
I guess I'll be the lone wolf and go with the Texans.
Texans.
Well, Joe, in a way we can talk to each other about being a lone stranger.
I'm so lonely, body. Tom, you're going Bears, right?
How'd you know?
Just
I was actually debating, but I will go with the Bears.
No, I was joking. You can change your mind if you want.
No, I'll go with the Bears. I should get an extra point for dedication. What do you think, Dano?
Now that he's eating the cinnamon rolls, he don't care how many points you get, Tom.
I know.
I think he was in danger about eating another one. He's awfully quiet. Or that sugar crash happened immediately.
I'm going with the Rams.
I just got news flash.
Is he delirious?
Even though Ben Johnson is a good OC, I'm gonna go with the Ram because we got Stafford and McVay. So yeah, the Ram.
Go Ram tough. That's a toughie. I think the Bears are gonna have an emotional hangover, kind of like after the Vikings came back and beat the Saints back in 2017. They got their butts handed to them. Of course, the Bears are at home. The Vikings had to go on the road to the crappy Eagles. I'm going Rams. So I don't know. There's some surprising teams in the league or in the playoffs this year. I just never thought the Broncos would be there. Never thought the Texans or the Patriots would be there. That was a pretty good turnaround after they got rid of Belichick for the Patriots.
Well, I'm surprised the Patriots and the Broncos, and in a way, I'm a little surprised that the Seahawks are there. Although they've been a good team, but I'm talking about with the quarterback, and definitely. I didn't think the Bears would get that far.
Right. No.
I guess it just seems like the Rams and 49ers, they may have an off year, but the next year they're back in the fight or back in the mix. So, of course, the Rams are only good until Stafford retires. Once he's gone, unless they pick up a quarterback, draft a quarterback, who knows? But the Rams,
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see how the Flores deal plays out. Be interesting to see what they do with their salary cap, the Vikings, and then
He'd be a hard man to replace.
and I think was the guy you were talking about, their assistant coach that there was talk about, didn't he interview for some other position?
I didn't see him as DC or anything. Looking at what the other teams, what position that they're interviewing prospects for. I know that some of who was it? The Chargers fired their DC, I think, and then of course the Commanders, and also I think Lions fired one of their coordinators.
So you don't think any of the assistants are going to go elsewhere?
I don't know, unless O'Connell release any of the assistants.
Well, I mean, for sure. Like I said, they got to get rid of Matt Daniels.
Well, I think they ought to shit Cam McCown.
That's been well documented.
Well, I just want to make sure it's, not forgotten. Yeah. And I'll remind you all next week how the cinnamon rolls do. Sorry, guys. I feel bad for rubbing it in your face,
I don't think you do.
I know he's got that. He's got that.
reveling in it.
You got that smirk on your face. I don't see you feeling bad at all. You just feel bad that you didn't take your belt off before you ate that second cinnamon roll.
Unbutton the pants.
All that ends up happening in the end is the top of the jeans just fold over a little bit at their permanent little crease,
Well,
belly.
You just see his
complain about it every time I see it. My care provider, I go, God, my Buddha belly's getting bigger all the time. I don't eat that much. Just a couple package of Pop-Tarts, maybe a couple package of Swiss cake rolls, and about a half a dozen cinnamon rolls whenever my dear makes them. And I don't know. That's about maybe a few chips here and there, but
You can't forget the Pepsis.
I
I mean, your carb and sugar diet. I mean, I don't know what's happening there.
maybe 1 or 2 cans of Pepsi. 'Cause it's too icy out there to walk.
It's gonna do laps in the living room.
I don't know. I get tired out just going around the chairs in front of the entertainment center.
So you got to put the remote on the other side of the room. So anytime you got to change the channel, you got to get up and get your steps in.
You know what? I don't watch TV.
He probably set himself up where he left the remote by the pan of cinnamon rolls.
No.
Dude, I gotta go get another one. The remote's right by the pan.
I got to go out to the breakfast party to get the cinnamon rolls, the dining room,
I guess you're getting.
Comes on the other side of the kitchen. So, that's quite a walk. I don't know.
I think you got it.
You'll find the motivation somewhere deep down inside.
He's got to make it that way to get to the bathroom in his bedroom, anyways.
Yeah. Well, what's the old football?
Once he gets to the kitchen, he can grab that chair that's got the wheels on it.
You'll find the intestinal fortitude. That's the old football speak.
In fact, I told Gene I want to get a chair like hers because mine is breaking down badly. Besides that, it doesn't recline back where I can lay back a little bit and put on a boring show and fall asleep. Just hit my eyes.
Wrist hurts like heck.
Did I tell you guys I got a CPAP machine? That just reminded me. I got a CPAP machine.
But did you?
I've worn it maybe half a night since I got it. I've had it for over 2 weeks now.
It's hard to get used to.
It's like
You got to force yourself.
Well, it's like you're like in a boat and you're going full speed, or you're like right on a motorcycle. It's
Yeah.
like I can't breathe. It's like
You will. It'll get easier. It does take a few days to get used to it. You got to kind of force yourself to use it.
You use it.
Huh?
All depends what are you using. Are you using the mask
yeah,
of any type?
yeah, a mask
Okay.
with the nose, because I'm a mouth breather. Like I was joking. No,
That's
it's
what
a
I
full mask. It covers the nose and stuff and the mouth.
Yeah, and all the way down to your chin.
Well, I guess. Anyways, the point that was the moral of the story is that I got a CPAP machine and I've used it like half a night and I don't. But again, I guess I'll try to force myself to use it. But
It
It
takes
a bit to get
time.
used to.
Well, Jean got one, and she'll put it on when she goes to bed, and that's like around 8 o'clock. I go to bed around 10 o'clock. By the time I get in the bedroom, her mask will be on the floor or whatever. So I
And
got to, hey, get your mask on.
Snoring away, right?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the other night she didn't wear it, and I told her, "Hey, put your mask on. Put your mask on." Anyway, she was ignored. Next thing I know, she's facing me, and the way she went with that sawing, boy, I don't know. The way she was sawing woodshed there, it'd be enough for this year or next year.
Flying that lumber yard down the road there.
And that's the words I heard her, before she got her sleep app. It didn't bother me, her snoring, but I guess her facing me sure the hell does. So I turned my back to her so I wouldn't. Yeah, but that didn't help any. But anyways,
I guess she's just paying you back for all the years when you without your machine.
where I got mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. But anyways, no, work on it. You'll get used to it. They made me try to do it with that nose piece, and I'm a mouth breather. And anyway, it's funny when I first got that, I try to breathe through my nose and I fall asleep and I wake up, my lips go like a kid. Yeah. So I go, I can't handle that. I want a mask. Then they sent me the nasal one.
Alrighty.
Same thing. No, I need the full face.
You were motorboating in your sleep, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, now
The music. If you like what you see, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you want to join us for an episode, email us at skolchatwithskoda@gmail.com. It will be in the description below. And with that, everyone have a good night. Let's go for next year.
Next time.
Good night.